What's going on, everybody? Come on in. It's Tuesday. Welcome, guys, to the Kempire channel for our Tuesday takeover. It happens every single Tuesday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern, 9:30 a.m. PST. Guys, be sure to like the video if you haven't already, and be sure to subscribe. It is a subscribers only live chat. Shout out to our King's Guards. Shout out to the members of the channel, and shout out to all of you that are subscribers. We appreciate you guys as well. Liking the video is an easy and free way of supporting the channel. As always, let's start off by finding out, where are you watching from? What part of the world, what part of the United States are you watching from? All right. I apologize for my lateness, but for Tuesday Takeover, there are all kinds of stories that we're bringing together, along with talking about some of our favorite reality TV shows or TV shows that I'm currently watching that you're asking me to watch. And we have a lot of really good news. We have a lot of sad news. We have a mix. We have a mix. And that's what we do on our Tuesday Takeover. Those are part of the replay crew. We will be adding timestamps after the live. Shout out to our King's Guards for keeping that on track. Thank you, Mama Allie, for that. I will be also taking a couple of phone calls at the end of the live, so you guys can weigh in on everything. But before we do any of that, let me know where you're watching from. Let's get into a countdown, and shout out to all of you that are watching on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, or TikTok behind the scenes. I'll see you guys after this countdown.
Baby, baby, won't you listen to me? I got that flavor. I know you're dying to feed. I ain't no dancer, just got some hip in my feet. Now throw your hands up. Ooh, you bring the lighter, I got the fuse. You make a fire, I'll add the fuel. Follow my lead, just watch your shoes. Gotta turn the heat up to get this cool.
Welcome back, guys, to the Kempire channel, your #1 source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. Earlier today, we did drop another video talking about Jonathan Majors being dropped by his management, publicist, and now we're hearing he's also been dropped from the Met Gala that's happening, the first Monday in May. So there's a lot happening. Be sure to check out that video if you missed it, but we can talk about it, callers, if you want to talk more about the whole Jonathan Majors situation when you call in. All right. As normally what we start Tuesday Takeover off with is some good news. And this is a mix of sad news, but good news at the same time. I'm not sure if you guys have seen this story. We don't normally cover, what's going on in the news, but I wanted to talk about Ralph Yarl, who was shot by, just first of all, he went to the wrong house and he was shot and terribly injured by this white man by the name of, do I have the name over here? Not that it's that important at this point. But the good news in this situation is twofold. They are pressing charges against the man that shot him. First of all, Ralph Yarl is 16 years old. He was going to pick up his, I believe, brother and sister. Well, the update is, first of all, they're pressing charges. The other update is that he's doing a lot better and has been released from the hospital. So our friends over at the Jasmine brand, writes this. Ralph Yarl's family has released an update on his recovery. The 16-year-old's father, Paul Yarl, confirmed with a Kansas City news station that Ralph was released from the hospital yesterday and is continuing his healing journey at home. He says he continues to improve, he's responsive, and is making good progress. as you guys previously reported about 4 days ago, 5 at this point, was sent to Ralph was sent to pick up his younger siblings who were visiting a friend that lived a few blocks away. After mistakenly pulling into the driveway of the wrong residence and ringing the doorbell, Ralph was shot in the head by a white man. The young boy fell to the ground, and according to reports, that's when the homeowner shot him again. The man who was responsible for the shooting was taken to police headquarters to provide a statement, but was released shortly after without charge. His name has yet to be revealed at the time of this reporting, but it has now been revealed. Shout out to Sean King, who has been covering this story. And a sidebar, Sean posted this about 2 hours ago in regards to a lot of these media outlets are utilizing his information and not giving him credit. And you know what we do here on our platform all the time. And this is part of the reason why we started saying, cite your sources. He wrote this in his caption. He says, I'm going to speak very transparently here for a few minutes if y'all don't mind. I want to explain 2 points. First point, a friend of mine who works for a major news outlet told me yesterday that his network and all of the major news networks and major newspapers got much of what they knew about Ralph Yarl from me. He said he literally saw them studying my Instagram and copying content, but they refused to credit me or interview me or quote me or even mention me. As far as they're concerned, it was as if nothing we all just did together ever even happened. So Sean has really been behind this week, getting everyone that has any sort of platform to post about Ralph and this whole situation and to demand that charges be brought against this man that shot Ralph. And the picture has since been released in regards to the guy's name is Andrew Lester. He is the man who shot Ralph Yarl. And I would show you his picture, but I'm not trying to make y'all heave on this Tuesday morning. Just saying, come on. All right. So there has been a GoFundMe set up. Again, you can get more information over at Sean King's Instagram in regards to the GoFundMe that has been set up for Ralph Yarl. It has already raised over $2 million. It's amazing. But the most amazing news is the fact that Ralph has, shown some progress. He is out of the hospital. So, and I did want to talk about the story. Speaking of talking about stories that we haven't gotten to, I wanted to talk about Jamie Foxx. So, Jamie Foxx also recently had a medical incident where his daughter came out and said, he had this medical incident. He's recovering. We have some more good news in regards to Jamie Foxx. And according to reports, he's doing a lot better. Our friends over at the Jasmine brand write this. Jamie seems to be making a speedy recovery. According to reports over the weekend, insiders close to the entertainer gave an update on his health and shared that he's, quote, doing a lot better. They also said that the actor is communicating now, and that's good news. You may know that there have been all kinds of rumors of what it could have possibly been. There are people speculating that did he have a stroke? He was in the middle of filming a movie, I believe with Cameron. Was it with Cameron Diaz? I believe so. Last week, Corinne Foxx, his daughter, took to Instagram to announce that her celebrity father experienced a medical complication, saying, from the Foxx family, we wanted to share that my father, Jamie Foxx, experienced a medical complication yesterday. Luckily, due to quick action and great care, he's already on his way to recovery. We know how beloved he is and appreciate your prayers. The family asked for privacy during this time. I'm just happy to hear that he's doing a lot better. I kept on seeing so many, celebrities posting about it, and I was just like, oh my God, do they know something that we don't know? So I'm glad that we got this update yesterday, I believe, that he's doing a lot better. So prayers for Jamie and prayers for the Ralph Yarl family and for Ralph. We're going to continue to follow these stories, but as you know, for Tuesday Takeover, we cover a whole range of reality TV news, and pop culture news. So I know I have not been able to talk about the whole situation with Ralph Yarl or with Jamie Foxx. So I wanted to take this opportunity, just first of all, to send them prayers and healing during their recovery right now. All right. So that was a mix of good news, but bad news at the same time. And I told you this before, 2023 for me has been all about health. And no matter the amount of money you have, fame you have, notoriety you have, whatever it is, whatever you value. If you do not have your health, you have nothing. Okay, so prayers for everyone that might be going through a health situation right now. And some other good news. Okay, here I go left. Fryre Festival. Fryre Festival 2 is happening. No. So you guys remember Fryre Festival, right? That whole situation was supposed to be this, all the celebrities were going, all these people were going. It was going to be on this island, and it turned out we got 2 documentaries talking about how this got screwed up. And the guy behind it was arrested and sent to jail. Okay? Now the Fryre Festival's coming back. So Billie McFarland, as you know, he's just out of jail. Maybe like a year he's been out of jail. He announced on his social media this past week, this week, saying Fryre Festival 2 has more interest than last time with $0 in marketing and spend. That's because we're talking about it, damn it. But it's not what you think. How do you want to be involved? Well, his initial tweet on Fryre Festival said this. Hold on, let me bring this up. His initial tweet on this, he says this. When he first announced the Fryre Festival. Fryre Festival 2 is finally happening. Finally happening? Were you guys waiting on a Fryre Festival 2? Were you guys waiting on a Fryre Festival 2? He says, finally happening. Tell me why you should be invited. So speaking invited, as you know, Rule was also associated with this whole Fryre Festival 1 situation. And when he was asked about it recently, he says he doesn't know anything about it. Why did Billie McFarland retweet the article about Rule? Be like, I have nothing. I don't know anything about it. He retweeted he's not invited. No. He said that Rule is not invited. Do you care to be invited to Fryre Fest? I would not even risk my life. Remember one of the guys that was a part of it? Go check out this man's Twitter, because remember in the documentary, one of the men was going to give a professional just to save the whole situation? Not a professional. How you doing? So someone in the comment section was like, is this man coming? And then he tags the same man that was going to give a professional. He was like, I forgot what he said exactly, but he was basically saying, are you coming? Not after I had to give almost a professional to save your event. What in the privilege is going on? This man just got out of jail and is talking about doing a Fryre Festival. And mind you, if he's doing this, he's not doing this with his own money. This means he's gotten investors that are willing to do it. And here's the thing. This is why the investors are more than willing to do it, because it was such a huge topic, because so many people were talking about this. So investors are probably like, well, we could put the money behind you. What in the world is going on? We'll put the money behind you this time and we can actually make it happen. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Data, I agree. Data says, hey, Kempire, I love the audacity to say that Fryre Festival 2 is happening when the first one didn't. What is happening? Richie. Kempire, I saw you did what you did there with the wordplay. Are you coming? Theo, he says, I got to his office and was fully prepared to bleep. Did you guys see the 2 documentaries that were done on Fryre Festival? Oh. So Fryre Fest, I've talked already way too long about Fryre Festival 2. If you're going, report back. I mean, we will be judging you, but at the same time, you're going as a field reporter. No idea. First of all, when I went to the website, yes, I went to the website. Immediately, what in the Jen Shaw? They're asking for my email address. No, you're not getting any of my information. you're not getting any of my information. Exactly. Miata says, great marketing now, people want to see. But let it have been one of us. We'd be under the jail. Look. He's out of jail, fresh out of jail, and it's like, Fryre Festival 2 is coming. All right. Anyways, moving on. So that was some of the good news. Shout out to everyone on TikTok that's a part of our backstage. And we appreciate you guys. Keep tapping your screens. And those of you that are watching on YouTube or Facebook, be sure to like the video. This is our Tuesday takeover. It happens every single Tuesday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern, 9:30 a.m. PST. All right. And shout out to all of you that let me know where you're watching from. Replay crew, be sure to let us know where you're watching from as well. All right. Oh, my goodness. Where do I want to go first? Okay. I'm going to start off non-reality because we were just talking about non-reality or effed up reality, I should say. Okay. You season 4. Are you guys watching? So I was in the middle of watching, then I went away, and then I came back and I got into Love is Blind on Netflix. We'll get into Love is Blind in a second. So I was almost done watching You season 4. So as I'm on the Peloton this morning, I said, let me finish up I think I'm on like the last episode. And here's the thing. A lot of you had mixed feelings about You 4. Okay? And I understand why. It took too long before the season got good. It was too much of a murder mystery in the very beginning, but on episode 7, it got so good. So I implore you, if you look, Netflix, the way I've been helping you guys this week. Look, we got some things to talk about in regards to Netflix. But you season 4 is actually really good towards the end. But this is what I hate. If a season has one bad season, all of you are like, cancel it. It's over. It's done. Why? It's given us 3 amazing seasons. And I don't feel like this. You on Netflix, for those that are saying you who. I don't feel like season 4 is their best, but it definitely gets really good towards the end. I'm not going to give you any spoilers. I know Haley said, Haley's like, episode 7? Now that's too damn long to wait for it to be good, Kempire. I agree. Mimi says, I stopped at episode 5. I understand. But I trust the show so much that I was like, let me keep going. But but episode 7, Justin, he says Netflix will cancel a show when it's still good. Oh my goodness, I'm thinking of the show and I can't think of their name right now, but it was so good. But I just don't think at the time Netflix could afford it. But it was such a good show. Anyways, remember that show where they were sort of like, not time travel? I guess it is like sort of like time travel. Oh, it was such a good show. Such a good show. Chocolate Chunk says, spoiler alert, everybody dies. Not so much. All right. So since we're talking about Netflix, I want to talk about another show. Hold on. Let me bring it up. Hold on. Look, even with all the planning that I do, I always forget like one thing that I want to talk about. But there's no way that we could do our Tuesday takeover and not talk about one of the shows that we recapped multiple weeks. All right. Hold on. Let me just bring this over. Okay. Hold on, y'all. All right. Oh no. Look. Oh no. All right. I'm very excited since we're talking about Netflix to talk about this show. Young, Famous, and African is coming back. Young, Famous, and African is coming back. As you can see, it's been a long time since their season 1 premiere. And I told you, it was probably the one show that I received a record amount of tags, DMs, comments. Have you seen this show? Have you seen this show? Well, it was announced today that season 2 will be coming May 19th. Look, May 19th. And we've got some new people, but we also have a lot of familiar faces. And I had just tweeted a couple of weeks ago, I was like, Netflix, where is Young, Famous, and African? I'm just asking for a friend because it felt like, because I already heard that they had been filming. So I knew a second season was coming, but I just didn't know when. Well, now we know Young, Famous, and African, their trailer just dropped. If you follow me on social media, I have shared it on my Twitter, I've shared it on my Instagram story, and I've also shared it on my TikTok for those that are wondering, all right? So May 19th, season 2 of Young, Famous, and African will be premiering. And I'm excited to see what the stories will be. As you know, Annie, one of our favorites from the season, she had a whole cheating situation scandal, another one, that came out. I reported on it. Be sure to check those videos out so you can get an update. So I'm excited. And we're getting new faces. It will be interesting to see what this new season will be like. It will be interesting. I'm excited. Look, like I said to you guys before, I had never seen you guys react to a show and try to get me to recap or talk about it ever, like you did for Young, Famous, and African. And I like an international show. It's a different energy, it's a different vibe, and it's a different amount of money. The level of amount of money and fame and interest is really, really good with some of these international shows, especially Young, Famous, and African. And all the side tea that a lot of you in Africa that were hitting me up and telling me about in regards to this, I was like, oh, this is juicy. So I'm interested in the season 2. A lot of you've been waiting on it. Netflix just announced today, and the video is out. The trailer, well, not a trailer. It's sort of like a preview, like a promotion. There we go. For Young, Famous, and African on Netflix coming May 19th. May 19th. So congratulations to them. I'm excited to see that. All right. Oh, where do I want to go next? Since we're talking about Netflix, I got Twitter up in an uproar last night before our recap of Love is Blind. If you missed our recap of Love is Blind, you missed a lot. I called it the ultimate recap for Love is Blind season 4. If you missed it, go check it out. But I did want to talk briefly about, a lot of you were like, Kempire, I disagree with you about Nick and Vanessa Lachey and how they hosted the situation, which is fine. I started that tweet off by saying, unpopular opinion. I know it's not the popular opinion, but it's still mine. And y'all feel like y'all gonna change my mind. Y'all don't realize I'm a Taurus. I'm stubborn. And there's no reason. And why should I change my mind because you disagree with me? If I start doing that, then y'all wouldn't like the channel. Just saying. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. And I already told you it was an unpopular opinion. And it's the same when we talk about comedians or we talk about other hosts that are hosting things. Everyone's going to be like, no, I thought that person was trash. No, I thought that person was great. Do I think they're overall great hosts? I've said before, I was like, no, not really. If anything, I saw an improvement in how they hosted this season as opposed to previous seasons. But people are more... I saw an interview with Paul from Entertainment Tonight. Thanks, Justin. Justin says, go ahead and windmill. I got your back. But I saw an interview with Paul. You remember Paul from Love is Blind season 4. Where's Paul? Paul and Micah. And he wasn't happy with Vanessa Lachey and how she handled the, hosting. And he felt like she was kind of throwing him under the bus, because he made that comment about her, not being a great mother possibly in the future. But I told you, I feel like there's a lot missing from their story. And I felt like Paul was being gracious by not throwing Micah under the bus. Because you saw what our guy Zach was just like whispering in his ear. There's more to the story and what Micah was doing behind the scenes. If you missed our recap, we talked about all the couples. We had callers. I really enjoyed season 4 of Love is Blind. I feel like it's one of their best seasons. I mean, I can't remember season 2 and 3, but that says a lot. But I remember season 1. And season 4 is just so fresh in the brain. I thought it was a great season. Again, my favorite couples. First of all, look at the reunion was probably the biggest fiasco this week. So the reunion for Love is Blind season 4 was supposed to be live, and it ended up being late. And then they were like, okay, we're not going to do it live. We're not going to do it live. We're going to record it and then eventually put it out. And then they eventually put it out, but everyone was like, is it here? Is it here? And speaking of not being there, we also, Jackie and Josh were not there. They had a separate segment with Vanessa. And poor Marshall is just like, I still cannot get any sort of closure on this whole situation. Okay. H says Vanessa was so one-sided. I've seen a lot of people say that as well. But look, y'all probably look. If let's say God forbid, not God forbid, but let's say I hosted it, there would be a slew of you in here and some of those watching. If I had hosted a reunion, you'd be like, "Oh, you're so one-sided." And my thing is like, especially here, I'm like, this is my opinion, so I might be one-sided. I already told you who my favorite couples are: Brett and Tiffany, and Zach and Bliss. But I guess as a host, you got to be impartial. Well, then don't hire me. I want to be able to talk about the people. Just saying. All right. So if you missed our recap of Love is Blind season 4, be sure to check that out. We had a good time talking about it yesterday. There's just so much to unpack in 13 episodes, including their reunion. And some of you did not like the reunion. Some of you said the reunion was dry. I think the reunion was good. I felt like the reunion was decent. What I loved most about the reunion was that it kind of reminded me everything that happened throughout the season. But also I loved that we had a live audience. So when we needed boos, when we needed applause, when we needed reactions, I like that part of it. Roro says, I doubt we would say that, Kemp, but okay. All right. Claire says, not God forbid. Kempire, you don't want the gig? Not if y'all gonna judge me for having an opinion. But I already know, like, being in the position that I'm in, there are people that like you and there are people that don't like you. It is what it is. You just gotta ignore and keep moving. You just gotta ignore and keep moving. Oh, Roro says they should have zoomed Jackie and Josh in. I don't understand why they didn't do that either. Why didn't we have them there at least, even if they weren't in the studio? Why didn't we have them live with their Zoom? You know what I mean? Why? That also was very weird. Because at least then there could have been some sort of interaction between Marshall and Josh and Jackie. I wonder if it was their choice to do that or was it production's choice? Makes me wonder, because it wasn't like it was filmed that day while they were all there. It was filmed on a previous time. I don't know. It could have been filmed the same day, but just at the previous time. K-Baby says, the reunion was okay. They could have had Jackie and Marshall together to discuss what happened. And I feel like that's in their contract. So what happened? Maybe it's not in their contract. I'm assuming. Ivy says host should be objective as possible. That's why I say I can't host it, because I want to be able to share my opinion. You're trash, and you're trash. And I can do that here. And look, and I can do that here. All right. Anyways. We'll move on. Anything else in regards to Netflix? Oh, I want to get into Beef. I've seen quite a few of you talking about this show Beef on Netflix. I want to watch it. Maybe this weekend. I've been so behind now on my Vanderpump Rules, though. You know, I've been trying to do like a Vanderpump Rules watch, and now I'm like so fully behind. Look, I'm so fully behind. All right. In regards to Vanderpump Rules, oh my goodness. Normally, we only talk about Vanderpump Rules on our Thursday recap, but there's been a lot of stuff coming out in regards to Vanderpump Rules. A lot of different stuff. First of all, Tom is slamming the med spa that he was staying at or something like that. He's slamming them because they shared like a picture of a bar. Look. Hold on, let me open my notes so I can read this. Matter of fact, let me just enlarge it. There we go. So he posted on his Instagram story this whole situation. First of all, shout out to Queens of Bravo, where I got this from. And he says, I'm beyond disappointed in the Miraval resorts and their decision to post to their Instagram account this past weekend, alluding to me staying there this week. They claim to be a refuge for wellness and betterment, but that is obviously false. They rather feed into the negativity and spectacle that has engulfed my life in a continuous effort to be healthy and work on myself. I planned a trip to go there completely alone to try and find some peace. Miraval clearly isn't the place for that. Special shout out to the general manager who refuses to take any responsibility for the actions of his team, even though he considered the post in poor taste. Regardless of where you stand in all of this, we all deserve the chance to work to be better. I mean, and look, and they point out that he had posted the post. So you can see the Miraval's post in regards to alluding to the whole VanderPump Rules situation, and they put in their caption, you know that it's our time. These are the best days of our life. The theme song to VanderPump Rules. Ooh, let me take a sip, y'all. I hate to agree with him because he's a narcissist and he's a complete you know what. But if this is a place where you want to go for refuge, and like that is kind of tacky. Let's be honest. That is tacky for them to do that as a place of business. No matter how you feel about Tom Sandoval, and we all have different feelings. Not really. I think we're all on the same page with Tom. But this wasn't. Why would you guys do that? Why? But Tom, why are you even bringing more attention to the whole situation on your Instagram? Because people would have forgotten about it if you didn't post about it. Sidebar. Okay. It's not over. In regards to VanderPump Rules and some other stories, you guys know this woman, Billie. I'm not up to the season where Billie makes her appearance on VanderPump Rules, but Billie apparently is friends with both Ariana and Tom, and she was recently photographed with Tom, so it made people go like, girl, what are you doing? Even Kristen Dowdy tried to blast her on social media. Where's my, did I not pull it up? She tried to blast her on social media saying this. Hold on. Oh, no, I have it here. Look, I do have it here. Just when I thought I didn't prepare. No, I do have it here. Hold on, y'all. I do have the tweet. Where is the tweet? Nah, that's not it. Hold on, y'all. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Okay. So they posted this tweet on Comments by Bravo, and it was originally from CC Loves You. And CC originally posted, when the cast hated Billie, Ariana was so nice to her and would even reply to trolls in her comments. Ariana was the only one to console her when she was fired out of the cast production. She was fired because production said she was too big of a diva. She said she always wanted a villain role, so I guess she thinks a PR stunt with Sandoval is the only way to get back on season 11 and to be the villain. Kristen Dowdy in the comments section of this said, as she cried at Ariana's house after Ari found out, shaking my head. Well, Billie wasn't done, as you can see, and responded to Kristen Dowdy, who is a troll and a thirsty one herself. Just saying. This is why I think a lot of people are over Sandoval. A lot of people are over Sandoval. You guys will let me know. Are you officially over it? Are you done with it? Okay. So Billie responded to Kristen Dowdy in this post. She says, yeah, I was crying because they are both my family. It was sad and still is. What were you doing while I was crying? Literary. I think she means literally, not literary. Taking selfies with everyone, including Ariana. Like, who does that? It felt like a funeral and you were taking selfies. Read the room. Your friendship is fake and performative. Well, I'm not going to disagree with Billie there. Look, I haven't watched Billie's seasons yet. However, I'm not going to disagree with her there. Kristen, I've already said this about you. Based on what I've seen of Kristen in like the first 3 seasons, I find it hard to believe that that person has changed. I'm not saying it's impossible, but the level of interesting behavior that she displayed, especially in season 3, Kristen Doughty has not changed. And then to find out, okay, why she was fired along with Stassi says even more about her. All right. But it doesn't end there. Billie posted on her Instagram. Hold on, let me share this with you guys. As always, we're citing our sources, as you know what we love to do here on our platform. Let me bring up this other thing that was said. Shout out to our friends over at Bravo Snarkside. And they posted this. They alerted us to the situation. So Billie posted this on her social media in regards to all the backlash she's been receiving since she was photographed with Tom Sandoval. So she says, Tom and Ariana are my family. They have been there for me over the years, and I wouldn't be where I am today without them. It saddens me that people are so fixated on picking a side. I mean, I agree, y'all. Y'all already heard me when people were saying, I'm Team Ariana. And I was just like, all right, be Team you. Because so often, so many of you are not Team you when it comes to your life. All right. She says, both are human and both are hurting in their own ways. I'm allowed to be friends with one of my best friends who made a mistake while still holding him accountable and not commending what he did. Anything else is extremely immature. There is a world where you can support and be there for both parties, and that's the world I choose to live in. Ariana seems to be in a way better place. I'm so happy that she's moving on and Tom is really working hard on himself. I'll continue to love and support them unconditionally. Sidebar, did Ariana unfollow Billie? Look, not everyone is in the place that Billie's in. You know, some people want you to choose a side. When there's a breakup, they want you to choose a side. But I have to say, of all the people that we've seen from this situation, I don't know Billie and I don't know her seasons yet. However, based off of this situation, she sounds like the most mature person in the whole situation. Because everybody is just trying to get their own 15 minutes of fame off of this situation. Sidebar, someone sent me a DM that I saw earlier today. Because, you know, we've been wondering, because every time we think about Tom Sandoval, I wonder if the man smells. Well, apparently, oh wait, I got to read it from my Instagram so I can read it exactly. Hold on. Because I know you guys want to know specifics. Like, I don't want to paraphrase this at all. Well, let me get okay, so the person sent me a message. They said, hey, Kempire. People call me Kempire. She didn't mean to, though. She meant Kempire. Huge fan. So I know you were wondering if Sandoval really smelled. It's me. Hi. I'm the problem, it's me. I'm watching Jackson Brittany watch with, you know, that's on Peacock that I told you I wasn't going to watch. On Peacock, in season 1, episode 1, around the 18-minute, 53-second spot, Jack says, I can smell him from here. I can smell him from here. That confirms it. I may send this message via other platforms. Here's the thing. It's hard to take this from Jax because Jax is so thirsty. Like, he'll say anything. And I'm sure he's seen the TikTok videos talking about, does he smell? But I'd hate for people to say that about me. But I can't unsee it. Every time I see him in the situation, I'm like, does he smell? Does he smell? I want to know. I want to know. Anyways. Justin says sounds clinical. It might be. Cherie says, not smelling from here. So he just confirmed for us the rumors might be true. And look, you may have met him and it may have been a good day and he didn't smell. But if anything, it makes me look at anyone that's ever been with him or even his friends, like close friends. You have an odor, sir. Allegedly. I don't know. All right, let's move on. All right. Where do I want to go from here? Let me just say congratulations to RuPaul's Drag Race. Because, you know, they had their season finale. Who was the winner again? You guys will remind me. You know I don't watch. All right, take my gay card away. I don't watch. And it's not because I think it's bad. I just never gotten into it. And then it's sort of like, how many seasons later? Don't be surprised. Look, I already got into Vanderpump Rules 10 seasons later. So nothing's impossible. But I do want to say congratulations to RuPaul and the whole situation over at Drag Race. All right. Justin says, wait, let me go back up. Hold on. Justin says, what was it? Cigarettes, garlic, and Chardonnay. You know what that's from. All right. But congratulations to RuPaul's Drag Race. And shout out to our friends over at Pop Craves. Season 15 of RuPaul's Drag Race was the franchise's highest rated season in 3 years, according to Deadline. That's pretty good. Come on. In 3 years. All right. Oh, thank you so much. Sasha Colby was the winner. Sasha Colby. Congratulations, Sasha. I mean, this show has been around for a while now. They've won multiple Emmys. And the fact that they're bringing in the ratings and they're doing well, this is a good sign for them. As you know, over at Viacom, there's like a big... it's not even called Viacom anymore. Look, Kempire. How long ago was that? It's called something else now. But there's like this whole mix-up of VH1, BET. You know, BET is possibly going to be for sale. Anyways. Anyways, let me say thank you. We had a few super chats. Again, congratulations to RuPaul's Drag Race. In my opinion, thank you so much for the super chat. In my opinion, it says, we love your opinions, but Vanessa wasn't needed. Just my opinion. All right. Look, all right. I told you it was an unpopular opinion that I shared on Twitter. And shout out to Twitter. I hope they bring this to Instagram and other platforms like TikTok and things like that. Mute conversation or mute an individual. It's my favorite feature. Anyone else? So some of you that are mad at me and follow me just to hate, please understand you are screaming in an empty room I've left. I've left this empty room. All right. I love that feature because I've left the conversation and you all are just sitting there. Arms are swinging, and I'm just here creating more content. Cammy, thank you so much for the super chat. Cammy says, beef, get into it. It's really good. Okay. All right. I'm going to get into it. But I got to get back into Vanderpump Rules. I think I'm going to watch some Vanderpump Rules the next few days, and then maybe over the weekend, I will get into Beef on Netflix. And then Tuesday Takeover, we'll talk more about it. Debbie, thank you so much for the super chat. Debbie says, did I miss Love is Blind? I watched your Love is Blind review last night and completely agree with you. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you. Well, we talked briefly about Love is Blind here today, but we did a whole separate recap on it. And I'm kind of glad that we did because there was just so much to unpack. So much to unpack. But I will tell you guys this exclusively. Okay, exclusively, that when we do our recap of Young, Famous, and African, for those that don't, that are just getting here, when we do our recap of that, we probably will break it down episode by episode, just so that we're able to, cover all of those episodes instead of just one episode. All right. Hold on. Oh, what did I just do? Oh, I know what I just did. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me move this. Sometimes I'll just be moving stuff. Okay. Yes, I love muting. Thanks, Kay. All right. Again, guys, don't forget one of our sponsors this month is Rose Forever. They have some amazing products that last for a very long time. So head on over to roseforever.com or the link in the description. And don't forget to use the discount code Kempire25 for $25 off of your order. Okay? Just saying. You know I love my rose forever. I have the roses from Valentine's Day. They're still here. Roses that will last you for more than a couple of weeks. Mother's Day is right around the corner, or spring is here, and you just want to add some color to your home. Head on over to roseforever.com and don't forget to use the discount code Kempire25 for $25 off. And thank you to our friends over at Rose Forever for sponsoring the channel. Okay. Where do I want to go next? Okay, let's just talk about 90 Day Fiancé. Let's talk about 90 Day Fiancé. Oh, hold on. Sassy says beef is nuts. It's on my continue watching Netflix. Uh-oh. I have no idea what this show is even about, but I will get into it and I will report back if I think you guys should watch it. But let's get into 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way. All right. 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way. How are you guys feeling about the season? How are you feeling about this 90 Day Fiancé this season? Because first of all, this woman, Nicole, she is still working my last nerve right now. And look, we've missed maybe two other episodes besides this past episode. So I haven't been able to talk about it. But Nicole is still working my nerve. Now she's found this friend, and look, it's not that I don't disagree with the friend. She's an Egyptian woman talking about, their traditions, and that she doesn't live by those traditions. And in this latest episode, she's challenging Mahmoud. And Mahmoud, she's like, he's the typical Egyptian man who only stays within his circle of family and friends and blah, 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 blah. But here's the thing. That's all well and good. That's something y'all can handle separately. But she chose to marry this man knowing the way that he was and converting to Islam. So excuse me if I feel like the moment we were introduced to her, like I don't get the relationship. I don't get the love between them. I see love from him. I don't see the love from her. All I see from her is constant judgment, constant issues that she's bringing up. Girl, did you not Google schmoogle before you decided to, change everything about your life? So it's hard for me to even defend or feel sorry for Nicole. I already know how this is going to end, and not well. Does that make Mahmoud innocent or perfect? No, not at all. However, he is himself. And she knew who she was marrying. I don't feel like he was a different person and has changed since he's gotten married. But every single week, it's the same thing from Nicole. And now she has this new friend and she's like, oh yeah, I want to be good friends with her. And da-da-da. Sidebar. Okay, I'm so glad I remember this. These are the things, if you're not paying attention, you completely miss. So they went to get hummus, but it's a different type of hummus in Egypt. This is why I love 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way, because we learned these little things. But when they were at this cafe, at this place where they were eating, what was the highway right next to them? I was like, that's like a whole ass highway right next to where they're eating. Did you guys notice that? Why was the highway, God forbid a car loses control, right next to them? Crab Nation on my TikTok says, yes, she confused me. She wants to gentrify a culture. Or Colin, never mind. That's the spirit I'm getting from Nicole. You're going to Egypt trying to change their lives, their culture. Girl, just go back to America. However, we do know there are people like Nicole's, new friend, is this Egyptian woman that she meets that doesn't agree with the culture of Egypt. But did you guys notice the highway? Sassy says Cafe Make a Death Wish it's what it's called. See, this is why I can't ride with Nicole. Although I believe that there are elements that they could evolve. However, girl, you knew what you were signing up for. What are you doing? Oh, this is funny. Hazim says hummus on the highway. If I was not paying attention, I would have completely missed what was happening as they're talking. I'm just like, wait, is that a highway that they're literally right next to? I just never seen it. I've never seen it. It's a little, it was probably very loud too. Oh, not hummus on the highway. I want to try the hummus though, because that's very different. I've never seen hummus like that. I want to go to Egypt too though. Just saying. Oh, I want to go everywhere. All right. Moving on. Guys, if you're just joining us, we are talking about 90 Day Fiancé as a part of our Tuesday takeover, where we cover a variety of reality TV news, and pop culture news. If you're part of the replay crew, we will be adding the timestamps for your convenience, but I feel like it's a great show from beginning to end. So watch the entire thing. And don't forget to like the video, and don't forget to let us know your thoughts on any of what we've covered so far. All right, so back to 90 Day Fiancé. Oh, Lord, let's talk about this woman. Okay, I got a story to tell about Danielle. So first of all, I feel like Danielle is another person this season on the American side that is scamming the other people that live outside the United States, the non-Americans. And I already did a separate video telling you about Danielle and her bankruptcy that she had to deal with here in the United States, and why maybe she does not want to return to the United States. Well, one of the issues that Danielle and Johan have been dealing with this season, these last few episodes at the very least, was about her hanging out with her ex-boyfriend, who's now her friend. And Johan's like, I don't want to meet him. And she plans this special birthday situation for him, and he's called out. You know, he makes a little speech, and he doesn't thank her after she did all of this, okay? And this is where I'm sort of like, I get why she's upset, but girl, why are you insisting on him meeting your ex-boyfriend? Because if it was the other way around, I think you would have been upset, right? Don't you think she would have been upset? And you guys know I love a tradition. And you know, I love it. Look, we talk about spirituality. We talk about astrology. But when she was kicking around that coconut, it's hard to take her serious when we know, like, she's dishonest and she plays these games based on what we've seen on this show. So her kicking around that coconut for, you know, to bring peace to the home, I was like, girl, you need to kick that coconut around you. Sidebar, oh my gosh. So one of my friends hit me up. Apparently, they know Danielle. Apparently, they went to high school with Danielle, but they refused to give me any information on them. You're lucky, Danielle. But they also said they weren't surprised by her behavior. See, my sources run deep because you know she's from New York, my city. So you know my city, sometimes we got Sorensen's, it's a small city. Not really. It's not a small city. You got like millions of people here. And I was like, you're not going to tell me, like, come on, I need more. But they refused, which I can appreciate. That means, look, they wouldn't do it to me. Not that they have any information on me anyway. Just saying. Guys, shout out to our King's Guards. We could not do this without them. Be sure to say thank you to the King's Guards. Be sure to say thank you to our members who are members of the channel on a monthly basis and help us to keep the lights on here in the studio so that we're able to continue to give you content in a variety of different ways and up what we do here on the platform. All right. Also, Kempire has the in. I'm waiting to get more information. But we did a whole separate video talking about her bankruptcy and how she might be scamming Johan. But Johan was upset with her, and he doesn't thank her when he's called out by one of his relatives. He's like, are you not going to thank, Danielle? And he was like, I already thanked her. And she gets upset. I kind of felt bad for her in that moment. She gets upset because we saw what she went through to kind of put this whole situation together. But he says he's still upset that you want to hang out with your boyfriend. And you're doing this right before my birthday. He's going to be more upset when he finds out about the bankruptcy. I wonder if we find out about it during the season or we find out during the reunion. Look. Moving on from Danielle. Oh my goodness. Oh, first, okay. All right. Where do I want to go first? This woman, Debbie and Yosama, I don't care anything about their relationship. I don't, right? I don't care anything about their relationship. I don't think this relationship is going to work out. But every time I see her, I think of Jennifer Coolidge. And I just think it's like the gays, they just know how to do stuff. Like all of the Jennifer Coolidge isms come to mind every time I see Debbie. She kind of favors Jennifer Coolidge in a way. Look, in a way, Osama's reading poetry to her. She's meeting the family. They seem to be okay with her age, apparently. But every time I see her, I'm just like, is this Jennifer Coolidge? Is that you? So I don't care about their storyline. It's not going to work. But every time I see her, the gays just know how to do stuff. Or what's the other one? These gays, they're trying to kill me. I'm just like, I love Jennifer Coolidge. So every time I see this Debbie, I'm like, Jennifer Coolidge? All right. Justin, stop. All right. There's nothing that I really could say about Debbie and Osama at this point. There's nothing. Oh my goodness. Where do I go? Jen and Rishi. Guys, first of all, leave him alone. I know he catfished Jennifer's friend by sending that muscular photo of himself. And then we see him at the... Okay, sidebar. When I went to India, I never got an oil massage, but I want to try it. I'm sure I can probably get it here in New York, but no, I want to go to India and try the oil massage. So a lot of you had comments because, oh, wait, what in the catfish is going on? Because his body doesn't look what it looks like in the photo that he sent. Do you guys think that he's flirting with a lot of girls? Do you think it's just flirting, or do you think that there's cheating actually happening? But the fact that Jennifer is still playing with this as a story... I'm like, Jennifer, I don't know what I believe with him. I do believe he's very flirtatious. I don't know if I believe he's cheating because there's something about their relationship. I feel like, yeah, they genuinely do like each other, but I also feel like it's genuinely not going to work. You know what I mean? And when he gives her the phone to like, look, I'm not messaging anyone. And she's like, it's all in Hindi. So she has no idea what he could be saying. But when Jennifer's friends fly all the way to India, and the one friend that was trying to trick and getcha, Rishi, she goes in immediately. Oh damn! Scherster says I literally yelled and asked what happened to his body. COVID, look, COVID or life. Look, we all have our moments. Look, there have been some moments where the body was hit, and I was just like, oh, I did P90X a few years. I don't remember how long ago. It was a few years ago, and the way that I was just like, oh. So look, we all have our moments. Right now, it's not the P90X moment. Look, I'm working back. Look, I'm in my Pilates. And then I'm going to have that moment. Hopefully it will stick around for the next 50 years. So I'm not judging him. I think he's still a cute guy. Gigi says he's a sneaky link. He's definitely not trustworthy, but it's very obvious to Jennifer. And my thing is if she's willing to play along with it and be okay with it, because come on. I don't feel like the elevator goes all the way to the top for Jennifer. Anyone else? We found out in this episode, though, that she was married, she was married once before to a Jamaican guy. So she has a thing. She has a thing for doing this. So I'm like, girl, you like it. We love it. it's very obvious that he's not 100% honest with you. But if you like it, we love it for us. Anyways. Nicole says, I agree. The friend was a little too pressed about him about let me see a pic. Like, I don't trust the friend either. You know what I mean? I just like, eh. Anyways, let me take a sip, y'all. Let's move on. Let's move on to the next couple. I just don't feel like, because every time I watch Jen and Rishi's scenes, I'm like, I like that we're in India. I like seeing these different experiences, like the oil massage. I like where they were eating. I could care less about, is he cheating? Is he not cheating? It's very obvious he's not 100%. I don't know if he's cheating or not, but it's very obvious that he is probably flirting with girls online. He's like, I get a lot of messages. Look at my blocked list. And just saying. Just look at my blocked list. All right. Okay. One of my favorite couples. Gabriel and Isabel. Again, every week I'm just moved at the amount of transparency and what Gabriel is sharing in regards to his journey in transitioning. Well, as you know, we had this really beautiful moment where he asked Isabel's children and her parents for her hand in marriage. We had that beautiful moment where they get engaged. Okay. But in order to get married in Colombia, he needs his birth certificate. And his birth certificate says that he is female. But his passport and ID and everything else says that he's male. He says during his transition, he didn't think about getting married in Colombia. He thought all he really needed was his passport and all this other identification. He lost all of his documentation for transitioning. So now he has to come back to the United States to get the birth certificate changed. And I don't know that process, but you know what I've loved about Gabriel this season? We've learned so much about what it means to be trans and that process. And look, we know everyone's experience is different, especially state to state and how that's handled. But I think this is probably the most that a lot of people that don't or are not familiar with the trans experience are really being taught a lot. Like, oh, wow, I didn't even know that this particular situation was out there. Or the challenges that Gabriel has experienced in his transition. So he's sharing that. And first of all, and if you've been in is Isabel the Virgo, look, the Virgo shade again, because she's upset. She's upset because she's sort of like about her P's and Q's. She's like, why didn't you think about this? Why didn't you have this done? Because now she's like, now I have to say goodbye to you and I'm not sure when you're coming back. So I felt for her because now she's in her bridezilla mode. Look. She's like, we should be planning our wedding right now, not trying to figure out what how to get your birth certificate situation sorted. And Gabriel was just like, I didn't think I needed it. I have my passport. But in order to get your passport, don't you need to have your birth certificate? Right? I'm trying to remember. I feel like you need your birth certificate in order to do that. Are they playing with us? Look. Are they playing with us? Maybe no. They're playing with us. All right. Let me just say thank you. The mental fit chick. Thank you so much for the super chat. She says, "Did I miss Tasha and her line?" No, you have not. You have not. We have so much to cover. Thank you for the super chat. Dr. Payne, first of all, thank you so much for being a member for almost 2 years, 18 months. Dr. Payne says, didn't Starcasm say Jen's friend had a pet? Oh, I got to Google schmoogle that, Dr. Payne. I love Starcasm because wait till we get to Chris and Jamie. Anyways, that's a perfect segue. That is actually a perfect segue. Let's talk about them. So finally, Chris has to leave because she says she is having an issue with her bank. She can't get her narcolepsy medication. So I did a little Google schmoogle, and a lot of you have alluded to this before. I don't know if it's true, but when you see these Reddit streets start to break down why they think she might have a addiction issue, allegedly, then you sort of like, oh, that makes sense. It makes sense. There is something fishy about Chris, and we've been saying that. There's something fishy about her. And I feel for Jamie, but Jamie, take this as a sign that you can be rid yourself of her. But I did feel for Chris because she's like, we can't survive. According to Chris, she's saying that Jamie's refusing to work. And she's like, I have to work in Alabama. I can't work in Columbia. So she says she's doing all kinds of odd jobs. But Jamie's just like, I haven't spoken to you. I haven't seen your face in a month. When I text you, you don't respond. So she went mind you, she booked a ticket to go back home without a return ticket. And she said she was only going to go away for like a week or two. Homegirl has been away for 3 months. But according to Chris, she's in Alabama working so she can pay for the life that we have, in Columbia. But I don't believe Chris. I'm very suspicious of Chris. I feel like there's more to the situation. And remember, before they even got married and they were in their relationship, Chris disappeared for like, how long did she say she disappeared for? For a while. And then she came back. But like I said to you, just Google Smoogle Chris on these Reddit streets and what people are, because when people really break down, and I'm not going to break it down here just because, look, nope. When they break down speculation in regards to why they think there might be a situation with Chris, I'm sort of like, oh, that's interesting. That's suspicious. Look. So every time I look at Chris, I'm just a little, but it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense when she talked about, look, I had to go back to handle some bank stuff. It's almost as if you didn't move to Columbia with the intention of living there. She's like, oh, we're running through our money very quickly. So in one sense, I kind of like, okay, well, that makes sense if you're trying to make money so you can live in Columbia, but did you not think this through? And she doesn't seem like a person that thinks things through. And I think when they were talking about this whole food truck business, it was going to cost $20,000 to do a food truck. She's sort of like, oh, we need to talk about this. And I'm suspicious. I don't know about you guys, but I'm suspicious of Chris. I don't know. I feel for Jamie. Jamie, take this as a sign to escape. Oh, because it's been so long since we talked about 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way. When they got married, and she says, "Oh, I decided that we can have the wedding in all Spanish because I know my heart, I know my feelings for her. I can already feel it." No, it's because you don't care. In my opinion, I felt like she didn't care if it was in Spanish. She didn't care. She didn't care. What did you want to know? What they're saying in Spanish at your wedding? If you didn't speak Spanish, if that wasn't your native tongue or whatever language, wouldn't you want the English version? That I was just sort of, there's a lot of red flags that come up for me when it comes to Chris. But Jamie, I feel a genuine love and affection for. I think she is who she is. So I felt for her when she was like, I haven't seen you in a month. I haven't seen your face in a month. Look. Hold on, y'all. Let me turn my notifications off. Guys, if you're just joining us, this is our Tuesday Takeover where we cover a variety of hot topics, reality TV and reality TV news. Be sure to like the video if you haven't already. We are going to be taking some quick callers because as you can see, I've been already talking for almost an hour and a half. So we are going to take some quick callers. I will be dropping the calling link for members first. But before we get into that, because you guys did remind me that we have to talk about Latocha Scott. Thank you so much for the super chat, Dr. Payne. Dr. Payne says, yes, I just checked. Jen's friend was on the New York Post. Oh. Look, oh. What was she there for? I have to go Google schmoogle that, guys, and get back to you, because not that we really care about the friends, but if it's juicy enough. Nicole, thank you so much for the super chat. Nicole says, if you are getting a passport for the first time, yes, you have to show a birth certificate. Renew after 11 years of expiration. You don't need to show it. Yeah, because I just renewed my passport. So, but if you're changing the sex on your passport, I don't know what the law is now in regards to that. So something's fishy, Gabriel. We love you, Gabriel, but something's not making sense. And I'm not sure of the transition laws in regards to that anymore, which I'm looking forward. Hopefully we will get an understanding in the next episode or so in regards to that. Or at the reunion, or at the tell-all, as they call it. Julie, thank you so much for the super chat. Julie says, Chris is obviously working 24/7, that she went over a month without talking to her. Chris told Jamie to quit her job. It's all suspect. Happy Tuesday. Yeah, I really believe, I can understand where Chris is coming from when it comes to the money, but I don't believe Chris. I believe Chris left knowing that she didn't plan on returning immediately. Maybe she does plan on returning, but she didn't plan on returning immediately. Sonia, thank you so much for the super chat. Sonia says, we'll never be rid of Pedro and them. Oh my God. Is that back out? Look, is that back out? Oh, Lord. Look, oh, Lord. Okay. Let me. Okay. Oh, did I cover everything that I wanted to cover besides? Okay, let me talk about Quad. But before we get to Quad, we'll talk about Latocha Scott. So I did a video yesterday talking about Latocha Scott from Xscape and the new reality show SWV and Xscape, the whatchamacallit, the Queens of R&B. And look, it's been so long since I've talked about them. But I did a video yesterday talking about her blaming Mona Scott Young for how the show played out, because she was sold on the show being more about, female empowerment, groups and the music. And now she's saying that she's upset with the way it played out because she, out of all the 7 girls, was receiving the most backlash. So she wanted the backlash evenly distributed. Not only that, she also keeps mentioning Candy for some reason. I don't know why, but she mentions when she mentions about the Xscape name, the group name, she says, I came up with that name. I'm forever a part of Xscape. But we were reporting to you that even Tiny, who has sort of like been the middleman between all of them, she was like, I don't see a future of all of us working together, especially after the whole Rocky getting kickback situation. But Latasha's saying, no, I'm still very much a part of the group. But she's always wanted to do her solo music. And then she mentions Candy. Candy never wanted to do new music because she's like, if we can't top what we did before, then let's not do it. But she's like, but I've always wanted to do my solo music. Have we gotten the official numbers for this solo album? Have we gotten the official numbers? Daenerys says she was mad Candy wasn't the villain. And my thing is, she's mad at production. You should be mad at yourself. You should be mad at Rocky Bibbins. You should be mad at your sister because she's the one who brought it up. Of all people, your own sister told her truth. And it made us all look at you like, Latasha? Just when we thought we were done talking about Latocha Scott, she does another interview promoting this gospel album. And I tell you, it's not a very gospel album based on the songs I've heard. All right. Adrian says Tasha's a straight up mess. Damn, Mamiana. I'm not gonna even read that. Let me see what. Okay. All right. Let me focus. So moving on from the whole Latasha situation, we also reported to yesterday about Quad. So apparently Quad will not be returning this season for Married to Medicine season 10. So at one point, Quad had said that she was in the middle of negotiating her contract. And then this past week, she confirmed that she won't be returning. She didn't officially say it, but when she was, asked, like, Quad, why are you not filming? And she's like, what if I forgot what the person exactly said? I did a whole video on it. Be sure to check that out. And Quad was just basically like, I'm sorry, my love. How can I make it up to you? Confirming that, she won't be returning. And I've seen mixed reactions. Some of you said, yay, she's not returning. But some of you have also said, oh my gosh, I'm not going to watch the season without Quad. Literally, to me, it's a balance between the two, to be honest. How do you guys feel? Will you be watching without Quad, Married to Medicine? Her ex-husband, Dr. Greg, got married literally for this season. He got married over the weekend, and it was filmed, and everyone was there except Quad. Even Phadrea. Okay, let's talk about Phadrea. And I pointed this out in my previous video. Based off the footage and the pictures I've seen, I've yet to see Phaedrea's new man. And that was the whole premise of bringing her on the show, was because she was dating a doctor. And I told you this was a scheme that somebody set up. look, I'm not going to say Todd. Someone set up so that they could bring Phadrea back, because they were trying allegedly to bring her back for Real Housewives of Atlanta, but we knew that wasn't going to work out. And she wanted too much money, allegedly. And then they found a right spot for her on Married to Medicine. And we've had mixed feelings about that, because we're like, are we just forcing Phadrea down our throats? We shall see. Vicky says Phadrea will do anything for a check. To get a check. I mean, this is true. This is true. We've seen it. Jennifer says, I will be watching. Y'all know Quad wasn't coming back with her ex being there. I think Quad wanted more money. I think she would have filmed, but they weren't willing to pay her what she wanted, I think. She literally said it was contracts. Dorisha says Quad should have been on the hunt for another doctor. Come on. I've also seen a lot of people say, put her on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Well, Real Housewives of Atlanta is already filmed for their 15th season. So it would have been too late for that anyway. So maybe for next season. However, she's not a housewife. I know we're not so literal anymore on the Real Housewives franchise, but she's not a housewife. Just saying. All right. Okay. So the story that I added at the last minute yesterday when I was creating the thumbnail was about Chance the Rapper. All right. So Chance the Rapper is receiving a lot of backlash today because there was some video footage of him in Jamaica celebrating. He's a good looking man. He's good looking. Look at that smile. So he's in a little trouble. And I've seen mixed reactions on my social media in regards to this story. So he was celebrating, living his best life in Jamaica for Carnival, all right? And a lot of people were like, isn't he married? And look at her face at the end. All right, everyone was like, isn't he married? Look at her face at the end. But here's the thing, and I've seen a lot of people that are from, West Indian or Caribbean, they've all said that this is Carnival. This is not shocking. They don't find it inappropriate. But some people that are also Caribbean have said, no, I would be bothered by this. But if y'all saw Dance Hall Queen, the movie, then it'd be going down. But look at her face. Her face at the in this picture is like, I gotcha. I gotcha.
I am the fifth member. How about that?
But here's the other side that I want to explain to you guys as well. In 2023, certain relationships, I'm not saying he has an open relationship because I don't think you need to have an open relationship for what happens here in this video. I don't think that. But I also feel like people have their own beliefs in regards to what's inappropriate. I don't know if his wife is going to consider this inappropriate. I mean, I don't see a tent. It looks like he's having a good time for his birthday. Who knows? Maybe his wife is in Jamaica too. Wait, do you see the bodyguard behind him enjoying the view as well? He's having a good old time. I don't know. I don't know if it's, look, I'm not the one to judge if this behavior is inappropriate because that's not my marriage. That's not my relationship. At the end of the day, it's going to be up to Chance the Rapper's wife to deem if she feels like that was inappropriate. But at the same time, Chance, you're a public figure, so you kind of got to be on your P's and Q's, unfortunately. Like, he can't even go out and celebrate his 30th birthday. But again, look at her face. Look at her face. It's like, I gotcha. Oh, Chance. Oh, Chance. Happy belated birthday, Chance. Oh, my goodness. Sonia, thank you so much for another super chat. Sonia says, Pedro's mom is on 90 Day Paradise show? She is? Why? Okay, gotta wash the color out of my hair. I know a lot of you have been asking me to talk about the 90 Day Fiancé Paradise show. I haven't seen it. I believe it is on Discovery Plus, so I should be able to watch it commercial free. So maybe next week we will talk a little bit about 90 Day, the Paradise version of their show. V, thank you so much for the super chat. V says, I just wanted to drop in and say, hey, in Mississippi for a family emergency, but wanted to still show my support. I pray you have a great rest of your week. And we are praying for your family, V. I'm sorry to hear about that. And thank you so much for the support, as always. And for serving our country. V is in the military, right? I think it's the military, not the Navy, right? I know there's a difference, right? All right. Dr. Payne, thank you so much for the super chat. Dr. Payne says Latocha Scott has a Kanye-sized ego or Nene Leakes. Oh, Latasha. You know, I was thinking about the Scotts, that one from Love and Marriage Huntsville. Sidebar, Love and Marriage Huntsville, they had their season high this week in regards to ratings. They had over 300-something thousand live viewers, which is a season high. It's only episode 2. Last week, I told you it was Easter, and it was like 200-something thousand viewers. I mean, it was the night before Easter, but just saying, people were away with their families. But the ratings went back up this week. The ratings went back up this week. If you missed our recap of Love and Marriage Huntsville, be sure to check that out here on our Kempire Daily YouTube channel. You can also watch it on Facebook as well. For those that prefer Facebook, you can watch it on the Kempire and Kempire Daily on Facebook as well. All right. And last and definitely not least, our last story. But before we get to our last story, if you are a member of the channel, I am going to drop the call-in link on our community tab. And again, guys, I did post a video talking about Jonathan Majors earlier today. So be sure to check out that video as well. Let me just drop the call-in link for our members. And for those that are in the live chat, I will drop the call-in link for you. We're almost at 500 likes. Let's get to 500 likes and I'll drop the call-in link for you as well. But members, I'm going to drop the call-in link for you first. If you're a senior royal, I'm dropping it for you first. Okay, you get first dibs. Senior royals, Royal Court members, I'll be dropping the call-in link for you. And if you would like to become a member of the channel, head on over to teamkempire.com/join. teamkempire.com/join. All right. Royal Court members, I've dropped the call link for you. Team Kempire members, I'm going to drop the call link for you in just a second. Again, thank you to all of you for being here. We appreciate you. Made in LA says, no Frank Ocean. No, we're about to talk about Frank now. We're going to talk about Frank right now. Oh, Frank. Woo, 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 Frank. Frank Ocean. So, Frank Ocean was one of the headliners over this weekend for Coachella. And a lot of people were disappointed with his performance. But first off, I saw that a lot of people were disappointed that it wasn't going to be streamed on YouTube like all the other performances. But I do recall that Beyonce's performance, I think the first performance that she did was streamed on YouTube, but her second performance wasn't streamed. All right. So Frank Ocean is receiving a lot of backlash after his performance at Coachella. Did I bring up my, excuse me, y'all. I apologize for clearing my throat in your ear. Let me bring up my notes that I had that I wanted to talk about this. Hold on, wait a minute. Here it is. And shout out to Jacqueline on TikTok, who provided the synopsis of his performance. And someone tagged me in a video on Twitter where it looks like Frank Ocean is performing and someone throws something at him. First of all, I mean, I did giggle a little bit. I giggled a little bit. I'm being honest with you. However, why y'all doing that? Why are y'all doing that? Stop it. Just leave. Just leave. But I'm like, I know you guys paid a lot of money for this performance. So here are some of the takeaways from his lackluster performance, Frank Ocean's lackluster Coachella performance. So Jacqueline on TikTok gave us a little synopsis, and she says, number one, okay, Frank Ocean, he was 1.5 hours late. All right. So we were all standing in the cold and waiting. Not in the cold. Number two, he would have really long, weird, and silent pauses throughout his set, like 2 minutes of pure silence. Not silent. Okay, let's wait. I'm not gonna do 2 minutes. Let's just do 10 seconds of silence. Awkward. So he was an hour and a half late, all right? And they were all standing in the cold waiting. Remind me of the time that I waited in like a blizzard outside for a Rihanna performance they were filming. I think it was for New Year's Eve, but they filmed it beforehand and we were waiting for Rihanna. And she came out and she never even apologized that we were waiting in the cold for her. I mean, I still love you, Rihanna, but I remember that. Look, I remember that. And we thought, at least I thought in my head that when she came out, she's like, I'm sorry to have you waiting in the cold. Nope. But this was years ago. So, Rihanna, she was young. Look. So he would also have long, weird, and silent pauses throughout his set, like 2 minutes of pure silence. Number three, he kept bringing on people, but not even participating in the song, just letting them sing or DJ. There was also a 6-minute rave in the middle of his concert. Number four, his whole stage setup was made so that the audience couldn't see him. No matter how close we were, we couldn't see the stage, so everyone had to watch the screen the whole time. Not the awkward pause. The screen itself would rarely even show him, too. You'll see in the videos I will post later, it was like a weird film. Conclusion, people traveled such far distance to see him, and people had high expectations because he hasn't played in 6 years. And we all got really disappointed. The whole production was just lacking, and he really was not bringing much to the whole performance. I think he did 6 total songs of his original music. Anyhow, people in the crowd were shook, and a lot of people left early, including me. So I don't know what you guys expected from a Frank Ocean performance, to be honest with you. I'm not, hence why I did not travel to Coachella. I haven't been to Coachella anyway, but I really wouldn't expect too much from a Frank Ocean performance, to be honest. But he did announce that he has new music coming. And I have to say, there are certain Frank Ocean songs that I like, but I'm not a huge Frank Ocean fan like that. But there is a sector of people that are. Hence the people that showed up for this Coachella performance. I heard he was an hour and a half late and performed for like a half hour. Sidebar, I wonder, because he was so late and he had to cut his set, because I just saw Page Six reported that Coachella has been fined like over $117,000 for going past their curfew. So I'm thinking that's probably the reason why he had to cut his set short. Doesn't make an excuse. What he should have done was be on time. What in the Lauryn Hill is going on? Sidebar, speaking of Lauryn Hill, why isn't Lauryn Hill? I would much rather see Lauryn Hill perform at Coachella than Frank Ocean, in my personal opinion. But like I said, Frank has his audience. But immediately, all I heard was all kinds of backlash and comments on how lackluster the performance was. All right, Frank. Woo, 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 Frank. Woo, woo, woo. Y'all gonna learn to be on time, though. Time is money. And if you planned on launching a tour, doesn't he have that luxury jewelry brand out as well? Maybe he's making good money from that. He doesn't need these performances. All right. All right. Thank you guys so much for liking the video. We have over 1,000 people watching our Tuesday Takeover, where we cover a variety of reality TV news and reality TV and pop culture news. As always, be sure to continue to like the video as we take some callers. Shout out to everyone watching on TikTok, Twitch, Twitter, and those of you watching on Facebook, the Kempire and Kempire Daily on Facebook. We appreciate you taking time out of your afternoon to be here. I've been talking for over an hour and a half. Justin says you'd have to tell Lauren the performance is the day before. No. You would have to tell Lauren the performance is, you would have to lie to her when the performance is. No, but I've heard she's been better with her time and her chakras. Just saying. All right. Before we get to some callers, if you are a member of the channel, I have posted the call-in link on the community tab here on YouTube. Thick Brown Legs, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, Kempire, you only turned 31 in regards to Chance the Rapper. The man was enjoying Carnival. Love it. I don't see that there was a big deal unless his wife thinks it's a big deal at the end of the day. Okay? If his wife thinks that she didn't like this and she feels like it's inappropriate, and she might feel like it's inappropriate because you're doing it in public and you're a public figure and now everybody's talking about it and now her mom has to see it or her dad has to see it. And maybe they don't understand Caribbean culture or Carnival. I mean, a lot can be said. You only turned 31 once. You only turned 51 once. You only turned 61 once. When do we draw the line? Julie, thank you so much for another super chat. Julie says, Love in Paradise is on TLC. Pedro's mom obviously is trying to get to USA, and Nicole's ex introduced them. I'm just watching for the upcoming train wreck. I don't really even love them, to be honest with you. So I don't know. I don't know if I want to watch it just based off of that. But anyways, maybe I will. We'll talk about it next week. All right, guys, don't forget we will have our Real Housewives of New Jersey recap tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern here on the channel. And of course, we will be talking about VanderPump Rules on Thursday. So stay tuned for that. Let's get into some callers. And did I? Oh, I don't think I dropped the call link for the general audience. General audience, I've just dropped the call link for you as well. I will be setting a timer up so that we can get through all of the callers. Callers, reminder, no profanity, no derogatory statements. Let's not talk about people's bodies or anything like that. And keep it short and cute so we can continue, okay? Let me switch this out. Hold on. Okay. Let me put my disclaimer up. There we go. There we go. Okay. Let's get to the callers. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Let me move this. And shout out to everyone watching on TikTok. We appreciate you as well. Okay. Okay. Let me close this out. And I think I covered everything, right? I think I did. If we didn't, we'll talk about it on another day. All right. All right. Let's bring up Alex first. Alex, what's going on?
Hey, Kempire. I gotta be quick because I'm hiding from my grandma again in the car. She's getting a cake, so I gotta do it fast. All right. So with Married to Medicine, I am going to miss Miss Quad. I'm gonna miss Miss Quad. She didn't fit the show. It really didn't. She didn't fit the theme of the show. So I understand. But I also loved her, and I'm also gonna miss her. Maybe if she went on Real Housewives of Atlanta, that would be interesting. Maybe instead of Sonya, that would have been nice. Instead of Sonya, maybe instead of, well, I kind of like Marlo, but maybe instead of Marlo, I would take Quad over Marlo. But with the Chance the Rapper thing, I think that was perfectly fine for him to do as long as he's fine to coming home to his spouse and being locked out the house, because that's what I would have done. I'm a big prude. I am locking you out the house. You can sleep on the grass and I'll let you in the morning. You're not coming in. They gotta learn. You cannot do that. I am a big prude. What would you do? What would you do if your spouse did that and it was on tape? And the lady looked like she gotcha, like the gotcha face. It was not the gotcha journalism. It was the gotcha twerkulation. What do you think? What would you think about that?
I don't know. I would have to be in the situation. I'm a Taurus though. We're a little possessive, so it probably wouldn't be cool with me.
Yeah, neither would be cool with me. All right. Is there anything else? Yeah. All right. That's it.
Tell grandma we said hi.
Yeah. I don't think I will, but thank you.
Goodbye. Damn. Damn. I don't know. Look at my family's Jamaican. I don't know how I would feel, but like I said, I'm possessive. All right, Miss Bernice is backstage. We're gonna bring her up next. Oh, wait, hold on. In my opinion, there we go. Miss Bernice, what's going on?
Hey, Kempire, how you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm fine. Let me make this quick so you can go get you something to eat.
Thank you.
If Chance Rapper's wife love it, I love it too. That's between him and his wife, but he was all up in that. So no. I will have a surprise for him when he got home, but we're not gonna go there. Quad overplayed her hand. She thought that since they bring it in Phadrea, I can go up on my price a little more and see what they're gonna pay me. Instead of just, I'm gonna sign this contract and I give it to y'all for the season. If I do real good, I'm looking for a bonus at the end of the season. That's all you had to do. Because I would love to see Quad and Phadrea get into a battle with the tongue. You know, because Quadra is long-winded. She's definitely long-winded. And Phadrea thinks she can talk too. So that would have been a good thing. Tasha, she's a narcissist, people. That's what she do. It's never her fault. It's everybody else's fault. She gonna be singing this for the next 30 years. How they denied me from doing my solo when you haven't had a solo project out in 30 years. So what have you been doing in that time spread? That's not our fault. That's yours. I like the 90 Day Fiancé because I'm listening to y'all recapping I should have watched it, but other than that, I don't do Coachella. Okay. I'm just looking forward to the Freaknik documentary whenever it drops.
The Freaknik documentary. I just saw that some black professionals are suing so that it never sees the light of day because Freaknik is from back in the day. So people in their heyday, we're gonna keep talking. People in their heyday, this was before social media. They don't want this documentary putting them on blast.
Right. But what they don't know, people been pulling out their VHS tapes and they upload it on Twitter. So if it don't come out, you can still go on Twitter and see them grandmas and them aunties getting their freak on.
Damn.
And those uncles too.
Oh.
Because it was just as much the men too. They ain't innocent either.
Yeah. Thank you for reminding me, Miss Bernice. I meant to mention that. Thank you. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye. I mean, we could talk more about it when it actually comes out, but there are some Black professionals. I just saw that report. I think the Jasmine Brand had just posted this, that some Black professionals are trying to make sure that you never see this documentary about Freaknik. For those that don't know what Freaknik is, I mean, I barely know what it is. I just remember hearing about it. I was a little boy when Freaknik happened, so I wasn't even old enough to go to Freaknik. But I remember hearing about it, and I don't remember what I initially thought it was. I just thought it was some sort of event where y'all were acting real nasty. And now there's a documentary coming to Hulu all about it. So that's going to teach me about what's going down. But now they're trying to put a kibosh on it. All right. In my opinions, backstage, we're going to bring her up next. What's going to, in my opinion?
Hey, Kempire, how are you doing today?
I'm well. Where are you?
I just left from getting my car service. I've been listening to you all while they were servicing my car. Let me tell you something, Kempire. You know what? Freaknik ain't got nothing on what we was doing when we left there, okay? Like, the Freaknik was just the spotlight of where it started, okay? You really want to get the tea, you want to go to them hotels where everybody was partying at, because they took the party to some other place. So, unless they got all that tea, then I ain't worried about it. Oh. Y'all can see, some little tatas and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, just imagine Mardi Gras on crack. That's what it was.
Oh, my God.
And Kempire, let me tell you something. I'm so tired of Latasha, okay? I'm going to need Latasha to take Tammy up on her offer, okay? She gave her what she needed to do. She better go ahead and listen to it. I'm so tired of her telling everybody it wasn't her, it's everybody else's fault. Like, you can't blame everybody, okay? Every reality show you've been on, you showed your behind, okay? And you just mad because now it's money issues involved. You need to fire Rocky and give them folks their money back, okay? Pay Xscape they $30,000 back and pay Tamika her $30,000 back. I'll talk to you later, Kempire.
Thank you so much, in my opinion, and stay safe out there. It sounds like she's at that hummus on the highway place. I was like, wait a minute. Look, wait a minute. Watch out. Well, we don't know what this Freaknik documentary is going to include, in my opinion. It might include what happened after Freaknik at the Hotel Motel Holiday Inn. I mean, I'm going to be watching it for educational purposes. Gay people. Look, gay people. Were you at Freaknik too? I want to know. This is going to be, I like a good documentary. Anyone else? All right. Let me get to some more callers. Hold on. Oh, and I forgot to, oh, there we go. All right. Tyler, I'm going to bring you up next. What's going on, Tyler? Oh, there we go.
Hey, I'm like, wow, I'm already out of time. Hey, Kempire.
How are you?
So I want to say this about Married to Medicine. Quiet, you're getting exactly what you did for Mariah. No shade. They gutted you out the group, and that's that on that. You're getting karma, because even though you and Mariah had y'all issues, you still should have had her back when they did her wrong, because you would not be the person you are as far as TV goes if it weren't for Mariah. So that's that on that. And Quad has too much of an ego, because it seems like they offered you to come back or whatever. And see, if it were me, I would have came back and act unbothered and cried behind the scenes, went to the wedding, did everything, and broke down behind the scenes. But I do want to say one thing. I love Dr. Heavenly, but she's kind of fake and phony, and her moment is going to come. I'm just saying. As far as Freaknik, I can't wait to see if my auntie is on there, because she's from Atlanta and she tries to act innocent. And I've seen some of those pictures from back in the day. So I'm ready. All right, bye, Kempire.
Bye, Tyler. Oh my God. Not you trying to clock your auntie. All right. Miss Esquire, I'm going to bring you up next. What's going on, Miss Esquire?
Hi, Kempire. How are you?
I'm well. How you doing?
I'm real good. Let me tell you something. My daddy went to Morehouse in the late 80s and early 90s. And I had to send him and my mama a text message and say, do y'all have something y'all want to tell me for this documentary come out? Because I don't need no surprises. But I will say, I think a lot of people are not going to expect this, but the documentary is probably going to focus a lot on the rape culture aspect of Freaknik. So I think probably your daddies and your uncles and your male cousins who you need to be worried about looking bad in this documentary, not the women.
Ooh.
But I'm just saying. So talking about real quick Married to Medicine with Quad, here's the thing. It makes sense for Quad to not be on the show right now because Quad does not have a relationship with any of these women on the show. And she's not been willing to share a lot of her life other than her experience with raising her brother's son. And I get it, that's a beautiful story, but if you're going to be really a little bit vague about your other aspects of your life and you're not going to attempt to really build relationships with these women, it doesn't make sense because Married to Medicine is still one of the few shows on Bravo that is about an organic group of women who really are friends and have struggles in their friendship. And I think also it may end up being a blessing in disguise for Quad because she may be able to show how much of a value she is by being off the show for a year and use that to negotiate for leverage. So again, I think I'm well on record saying I don't want to see Phadrea on any television screen. What she did was deplorable. I think it should make her, out of Bravo's sight. So I won't be watching Married to Medicine for that reason.
Ooh.
Now, what I will say is that Frank just conducted a thought experiment at Coachella, and I'm living and laughing because he paid them people dust, absolutely dust. And I like to see Black people doing mediocre things. We shouldn't always have to be excellent.
That's right.
For Ariana, I want to know, has she been silent or has she been silenced?
Ooh.
Because I think it would take a lot of discipline for me to see and hear all of this stuff that the entire Sandoval industrial complex is saying, and I am being quiet, and this actually happened to me. She probably a better woman than I'll ever be, because ain't no way I would be silent this long waiting for this reunion to come out. Okay, I had some other things, but I'm gonna call you later. Bye.
All right. What were the other things?
I mean, to me, carnival is gonna carnival.
Oh, there we go.
I don't understand this. Like, baby, if I go to the beach, I'm getting in the water. Like, I just don't understand the problem people have with this. Now, if I'm his wife, your behind was supposed to go there and not let any of this see the light of day on no cameras. So that's what I'm gonna be mad about. But I'm not mad that you went to the beach and you got your toes a little wet. I ain't mad about that.
Okay.
That's it. Oh, one more thing. Can I do one more thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think Latocha Scott really does hate Kandi because I don't understand if she's trying to deflect. Honey, Tiny is sitting right there with all her allegations. So the fact that you have not once tried to redirect attention to that situation, which I just thought was going to come up the whole season, must show that you really hate Kandi, like you really do, because baby Tiny's sitting right there. She's sitting right there.
Yeah, but Tiny's the only one that's left that.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. But if I was fighting for my life, I was like, y'all gonna get on me about some potential issues with royalties, and this woman is sitting over here with credible allegations of rape and poisoning and luring in minors into rape situations. I'm sorry, baby. I have to throw you under the bus if I'm fighting for my life.
Yeah.
So that's, all right, I'm gonna get off of here before folks get mad at me. Bye.
Bye. Dana, I'm going to bring you up next, guys. If you're just joining us, this is our Tuesday Takeover where we cover a variety of reality TV news, and pop culture news as well. If you're part of the replay crew, as always, don't forget to like the video, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to let us know where you're watching from and your thoughts on any of the hot topics that we've covered during this live. Dana, what is going on?
Hey, Kempire, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes. Hi, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm well. Okay, long-time listener, first-time caller. Okay, I'm going to go quick. Okay, so I have a list. Fryre Festival. If I was a celebrity, you couldn't pay me to go there. It'd be associated with that again. 90 Day Fiancé. Mahmoud, however you pronounce his name, I will never explain a man to anyone like a child. I think Nicole really didn't think the rules would apply to her. She thought she'd be the exception, that she could go there and just, do what she was doing here in America. She really did not read the rules before she went there. If Danielle...
Oh, I can't hear you, Dana. What happened? Dana, we lost sound. Dana, do me a favor. Drop out and call back in if you can hear me. She was about to go in, too. Oh, wait. Hello, Dana? Are you there? Oh, something's going on. Something's going on, Dana. Drop out and call back in, Dana. We'll give you an opportunity. We're going to bring up Kari next. What's going on, Kari?
Hey, Kempire and everybody. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so I just wanted to say, I don't know why everyone is talking about Quad is leaving the show. She's still on the show. They're just about to start calling her Phadrea. What's wrong with you guys? Fake, fraudulent, giving us the most despicable lies that's possible, lying on people for attention, lying about herself for attention. She's still gonna be on the show, just with a new name. When it comes to Chance the Rapper, my only issue with that little video is that it looked like he wanted to do something very intimate with that lady. Dance is one thing, but when I was looking, because I was looking at that, he was swirling that. Y'all see that? Uh-uh. Dancing is fine, having fun at carnival is fine, but sex with your clothes, that's appropriate. And as far as Quad, I also wanted to say, y'all keep talking about she's negotiating about money. I think she was negotiating about not filming with Gregory and his fiance. I think that's what it was. And I think they want to give that to her. And I think that's where the negotiations fell through. Y'all act like Quad is really this lovable, light and love type of person. No, she has a bitter heart. And the fact that that man got remarried and she was acting like she was the best he could do, that man is about to have a baby. That man is about to impregnate that woman and have a happy life. Meanwhile, she's still over there picking up straws and whatever she can to throw at the wall so they can stick, so she can remain relevant. She don't want to film with them. She do not want to be on camera with that lady. And that's all I got to say.
Okay. Thank you, Kari. Let me see if Dana's there. Dana, are you there?
Hey, Kempire, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, hi. Long-time listener, first-time caller. I think you are a delightful human, and I love watching your show.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, I'm going to go quick. Okay, so Fryre Festival. You couldn't pay me if I was a celebrity to be associated with that again. Next. Mahmoud, I would never explain myself for a man like a child. He needs to go. Nicole really did not think that the rules would apply to her. She thought she'd be the exception, that she could go there and just do what she does here in America and be cool. No, honey, you did not read the rule book. Okay. Danielle is delusional. If she was a man doing this, she'd be called a creep.
Oh.
Like, Debbie and Usama, they're the example of like peeking on the phone. Love letters, late night texts, great, but in person, no. Move on. Jen and Rashi probably have great sex, but they're not a couple. Gabriel will be fine if he just gets out of his own way, you know, and just accept the love that he's being given by Isabel and her family. I think Isabel is a great mom, and her family seems lovely. Tasha needs to keep Candy's name out her MFN mouth and give them people back the money before the feds get involved. And then what are you gonna do? Come on, man. Yeah, and she's mad at Candy because Candy has all the personality, and she's a star. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is.
All right.
And this gospel album is not it, honey. You cannot be gospel with an open marriage. And you meant what you said. You didn't misspeak. We didn't mishear. I clean my ears every night. I heard you. You meant what you said. But love Kempire. And I don't watch these shows, but 90 Day Fiancé, but I watch it because you're awesome. You're awesome.
Thank you so much, Dana. I appreciate you calling in.
Of course. Thank you.
Take care.
Y'all have a good day.
You too. All right. All right. Let me just say, in my opinion, did you have something that you wanted to say? In my opinion, did you have something you wanted to say?
Yes. Quad the fraud can go.
That's it?
You know, I keep it short and sweet. I just forgot about him.
Oh, okay. Bye. Thanks, in my opinion. She called back in just to say that, y'all. Just to say that. Shout out to all of you that called in. I appreciate you. Let me just switch this out. Hold on, y'all. Let me go back. And let me take this off. All right. Thank you to everyone that called in. Thank you to everyone that sent in the super chat. We had another super chat from In My Opinion. She says, if I see anyone or anyone I know, I am going to post it. Alabama Slammer on Freaknik. Oh, shoot. Damn, in my opinion, you're not supposed to post it. Anyways, thank you to everyone that called in. Thank you to everyone that sent in the super chat. Thank you to those of you that sent in Venmos, Cash Apps, PayPals, things like that, or super thanks after the live replay crew. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We appreciate your support. The way that you support content creators in that way, or by liking, engaging in the videos, we appreciate that as well. And sharing is caring. Tell your friends, tell your coworkers about what we're building here on our multiple platforms: TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Be sure to follow us on all those platforms, including Instagram as well, because we will be posting separate, different content on those platforms. Was there anything else that I wanted to say before I go? That's it. That's it. I will see you guys tomorrow for the Real Housewives of New Jersey recap. Be sure to check out some of the videos that you already missed this past week in regards to Quad, in regards to Latasha. Earlier today, we posted a video about Jonathan Majors. Go check out those videos. Go like those videos. And I will see you all in the next video. Thank you all for being here. Again, thank you to our King's Guards. We could not do this without them. Bye, y'all. Let's get out of here with some music.